Hey beauties, welcome back to the channel. It's Bridget and today we are going to be doing another Shop My Stash edition, but we're going to go ahead and do eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the first thing that's closest to me, and these are shadow sticks from Milani. I am on a no buy right now, so it really, makes you get on in there and play with stuff you have. So these are the Milani Shadow Eyes 12-hour eyeshadow sticks, and the first one here is in 05 Aquatic style. And it's a very pretty, I will say this can be a little patchy, but it's a very pretty teal blue. It's really gorgeous. You gotta work with it a little bit, but it is very pretty, very long wearing on the eyes, but again, it can be a little patchy. And this one is in 06 Royal Purple. And I'm not one who's scared of color on my eyes, so I will be using these as shadow bases. I also will be using them on the lower lash line and probably in my waterline as well. So here's the second one again in Royal Purple. I hope I can't even see. Royal Purple, and then that's Aquatic style. So they're very pretty, very long wearing. I don't find, they say that they're water resistant. I don't know about that, but they are pretty long wearing in my inner waterline and on my lower lash line, and I love these as shadow bases. That's probably my favorite way to use them. And they are both a pearl finish, so they're not a matte finish, and I kind of wish they were because I feel like it would just make them more versatile for me. But nevertheless, I pay my money for them. I want to be using them, so I pulled those out. And then these kind of break my heart a little, but these are the e.l.f. smudge pots. First of all, why haven't I done a review on these? I don't know, because I own a lot of these. But these are like the newer ones that came out last year, and I was crazy about them when I first got them. And then this year, I don't even know if I've used them. Maybe once, I don't know. And I wasn't gonna put them in the video, and then I was like, again, check yourselves. So the first one right here is called Wine Not. And I will say the one thing that I'm not crazy about on these is I wish the opening was a little bit bigger, because it is kind of hard to get your finger in there. But these are some of the most long wearing shadow bases ever. These can be worn on the eye by themselves, or they can be worn as a shadow base. They also say they, how do I get in here? Okay. They also say that they can be worn as liner. I personally don't like them as liner. Here's this first one. I mean, these are intense. This one is Wine Not. They are intense. These look gorgeous on the eye. And I think this would be pretty up under some of my rosy tones or by itself. So that's Wine Not. And then I do have another one. This one is in Cocoa Cutie. And this is going to go really great with an eyeshadow palette I'm going to show you in a minute that I've just neglected, just been out of order with. Well, I could have used this as a base for what I did today. Ugh. And then I look at them and I fall in love. What is wrong with me? This one again is called Cocoa Cutie, and it's that big brown swatch. So I believe that these are, I'll have everything listed down below. I think these are like $2 on e.l.f.'s website. I think these are $2 on e.l.f.'s website now, but these are seriously some of the best. If you like the Maybelline color tattoos, I think you would also like these, because I find that they perform just as well on my eyes. Now, I should let you know that I do have oily eyelids, very oily eyelids, and I don't have a problem with these wearing all day by themselves or with shadow on top of them. So I absolutely love these. Need to be using these. This is how this video gonna go. Need to be using those more. Okay, so just a couple more items to talk to you about, and the next one is an eyeliner. So I don't know what's going on with me and eyeliner, but I have just completely stopped putting eyeliner on my top lash line. It's very rare that I do. Now, I will say that this, along with the other two products, is products that I have been using over like the last week and a half, because I pulled them out and then I was just enjoying them so much, and it really made me dive into other things. But this is the e.l.f. cream eyeliner in the shade Black, and it is black. Now, I did used to have the brown one. I don't like the brown one. I think it's patchy and it's not as pigmented. It almost seems watered down. This black is very, very black. I mean black. And it's smooth and creamy. It goes on the lash line very well, on top of shadow, because sometimes that's the telltale when it doesn't go on top of shadow well. But I think this does a great job of going on top of shadow, or also if you're just wanting to do like a wing or line your lower lash line by itself. Did I say lower? Upper or lower? It does great on both, and I need to be using this more. You know, finally I have, why did I sing that? I have some eyeshadow palettes. So these just make me feel like a fool because I have no idea why I wasn't using them. So here I am. Accountability, me and you. So this first one right here is from a brand called Makeup Revolution, and these are called the Redemption Iconic palettes, and this one in particular is the Redemption Iconic palette 3. These are now sold at Ulta. I bought these last year when they were not available in the United States, and they also were not sold in Ulta from the actual Makeup Revolution website, but now, like I said, they are on Ulta, and these are under $10, $7 or $8 or something like that. And remind you of anything? Little Naked 3 action? I think so. So like I said, they have 3 of them, and they are on Ulta now, and they have the 1, the 2, and the 3, and they literally look just like the Naked 1, 2, and 3. Now I don't currently own any of the Naked palettes, but I have saw a lot of videos on these, and you can tell the color scheme, like they go shade from shade. Do I think it's an exact replica? No. But do I think it's very similar? Yes. I have played with Urban Decay shadows and swatched them and stuff. I don't think that the texture on these is as good as the texture in the Urban Decay palettes, but I use these palettes to follow along with Urban Decay tutorials online, and I can get a very similar look, and the pigmentation is very surprising. The only shade I'm not super crazy about is this second shade right here, because I just think the pigmentation leaves something to be desired. It just kind of comes off as like just shimmer, so I don't really like that second shade. But besides that, I do really like this palette. Another thing that I will say as a con for me is I don't like how skinny these eyeshadows are, because it is hard for me to get my brush in, but if I turn it to the side, I can get my brush in just fine. So those are minor things, but just something I thought I would point out. But for about $7 or $8, this is a great palette, and I've been really into like rosy eyeshadow looks, and I was like, I don't have anything in my collection to give me like a rosy eyeshadow look, because I was drooling over the Naked 3. And then I was going through my collection, and I was like, excuse you, what am I? You know, like, what am I? And I used it, and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, you have not been right. So I'm using this, I'm enjoying it, I'm loving it a lot, coming up with a lot of different looks. And I wanted to point it out. Maybe it's something you have in your collection, but you tossed it to the side like me. Pull it out, play around with it. I think you will be pleasantly surprised again. And then now, this is also from Makeup Revolution, but within Makeup Revolution, they have this other brand called I Heart Makeup, and this is what the palette looks like. And yes, I do really like it. This shade right here, I really don't like. This shade is very patchy, and the pigmentation is just not there. Like, it just looks like pieces, because it has like gold glitter in it, and to me it just looks like gold glitter. Like, where's the green? Where's the pigmentation? It fallout ridiculousness. It's not great. So I'm not crazy about that shade at all. I have tried it so many different ways. I've just come to the conclusion we are not going to be friends. But besides that, like I said, I have been pleasantly surprised by this palette. I bought it last year, and I don't know what happened to it, but I'm really enjoying it. And also this pink shade right here, I always thought that's so oddly placed, but really it's not, because it goes so well with the color scheme. I would say if you are somebody who love neutrals, you're a brown girl, you're really into that, but some nice pops of like taupes, a couple bronzy colors, you would really enjoy this. I also love that the two biggest shades that are in here is a matte highlight and as well as a shimmer highlight. Love that consideration, because those are shades that I'm going to be using the most, so I really enjoy that. Overall, I just think the palette is very, very nice. And these were $12 or $13, I think, from Makeup Revolution. Yeah, I think I paid $12 or $13 for them, but overall just really nice. I am enjoying this palette a lot, and it, like I said, it makes me feel like a fool. I'm going to show you some hand swatches, but I'm also going to try to insert some swatches for you. So here's some hand swatches. They do feel nice. They can kick up, you know, some product, and they can be a little powdery. Let's just be honest, they can, but they do blend out really nice. And they look really, really nice on the eye. I also don't have a problem with staying power with this eyeshadow palette at all. Of course, I am still using a primer, but I think these shadows are nicely pigmented, and I think that you do get your money's worth for the price. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.